Had an unexpected hour free this afternoon. I'd gone in and cleaned up, put stuff away, swept up, tidied up, got jobs out of the way because I was expecting a job to come in today. And it didn't. So I had an hour spare this afternoon. Whilst I was cleaning up though, I found a bag of marbles. Now I've no idea why I bought them. They've been there a while, but obviously brand new, still in the packet. Can't for the life of me think what I bought them for. Anyway, I thought, I've got an hour, let's see if I can do something with them. And I thought of this. A wand with a marble in the end. Now, nothing fancy, a few twists, nothing spectacular. I didn't want to spend a lot of time doing this because A, I hadn't got the time, and B, I didn't know if it was going to work. So there's no point in me putting, loads of fancy bits and pieces in here to find it doesn't work. So anyway, that's what I did. It actually worked. It's in there nice and tight. So it's just a bit of fun really. So it's a quick video of me mucking about this afternoon. I'm afraid the video might not be up to your normal standards because I wasn't expecting to do a video today. I didn't take my camera with me. So I've filmed it all on my GoPro, which obviously I can't get up close, as close with as I do with my normal camera. Anyway, there you go, bit of fun, because it's not used for anything else, because I don't suppose it will do actually anything. Okay, so after that very poor attempt at special effects, we'll get on with it. Now I'm using some inch 3/16. I wanted to use inch quarter, but I couldn't find any, so make do with inch 3/16. You have to excuse my voice. I'm going to try not to talk too much in this one. I've been off for nearly 2 weeks with flu, and this is my first day out of bed. And I thought I'd try and finish this video off, which I did quite a while ago. So basically all I'm going to do here is try and draw this bit of steel down. I don't know how long it's going to be, how long I want it. I'm just sort of mucking about, doing it, sort of judging it as I go. I want it, long enough, but I don't want this great big long spindly sticky thing. Let's get a bigger hammer on it, that might help. Oh, for a power hammer. Oh, got a splinter there, one of those really nasty sharp metal ones that you get off the die grinder. Yeah, as I say, over a power hammer. That'll probably take me about 10 seconds to draw this out how I want it. We'll get over the boring bits a little bit quicker. I don't know if you can actually see it from the video, but when I started drawing it down, I drew it down too much in one direction, and it caused a crease right down the centre, about the last 3 inches. In some shots you will see it, however much I've tried to hammer it back the other way, we've got this crease. Now for this job I don't care, doesn't matter a blind bit, but for some jobs you need to take note of that. Don't hit it in one direction for too long, because that will happen. You'll either get a crease in it, or like when you hit it too cold, it'll split. So just be aware. As I say, for this job it doesn't matter a blind bit. This is just a bit of fun. It's actually something I've thought about doing for quite a long while. Maybe that's why I bought the marbles in the first place, I don't know. But I thought, well, I've got an hour, I'll give it a go. Now I'm going to keep this square. I'm not going to draw it to round. It's going to be square or rectangular, or it's not round anyway. I'll tell you what, this blasted flu, I've only had proper flu twice in my life, and neither time it's been very pleasant. Now I'm just going to put some random twists in here. There's no planning, no punch marks as to where I'm going to put it. which way I'm going to go, how far I'm going to go. It's literally just as the fancy takes me. And when I open this back up, you will get to see where that crease was. It actually makes quite a nice effect in the steel. This is it here where you might be able to see it. Yeah, you can just see it about an inch from the bottom, the start of it. You might get to see it a bit better later. I was looking for my mallet, but I can't find it, so I'm just going to straighten it with the vise for now. I say it doesn't really matter on this job, but ordinarily you'd probably want to do it with a mallet or a copper hammer or something, just to stop the risk of too much damage to it. Again, just a random twist. I think I'm going the opposite way this time. Maybe put a bit more in. Doesn't take long to heat up, so won't harm to put another little one in. Just have to keep your eye on it all the time when it's quite thin like this. It's so easy to burn. I'm just going to cool that tip out. Easier to hang on to without damaging. Now let's do some random twisting. No, it won't hold on there. Let's give it some there. Give it a little tweak. Yeah, I think that'll probably do. So I don't want to waste a lot of time putting anything fancy in, so I'm going to cut it off about there. See if we can punch the hole and then tidy the rest up later if it works. I could hot cut this, but I'm just going to whip it off with a disc cutter. I'm going to start off punching I think it's about 5/16 hole, and then gradually open it up with punches, and then finally on the beak, because the hole, my Pritchell hole, isn't big enough and the Hardy hole's a bit big to start punching things over. Get too much distortion, and I haven't got any. I suppose I could move that junk off this swage block and use the holes in the swage block, but that would be too easy. That's another project actually, to make a swage block stand that gets it up in the air so I can actually use it much more easily. Right, so that's the small one through. Now this is my stud punch that I use for my shoeing, so I'm just going to tidy that up so that it's not a mess next time I come to punch a stud in a shoe. Just going to put the next one up, which is my 3/8 stud punch. Cool it out. In fact, I think I'm going to try and find myself a glove. It's getting a little bit on the warm side to hold on for any length of time. Right, let's find this old leather one. See if that'll do the trick for now. Although the stitching's gone on the majority of the fingers. Right, just going to whack this one through, the 3/8, which obviously goes up to about 16 mil, 5/8 at the top. don't want to thin that out too much because I want to keep some meat in the top, which is why I wanted to use quarter in the first place, to have something to actually wrap around the marble. Now you can see I've got another glove because that other one didn't work. And I've got my big punch, which I'm not going to be able to use fully because of the size of the pritchel hole. But it will do the worst of it. I think that's about as much as I'm going to be able to do with that. Yeah, that's about as big as it's going to get. As I say, could have done it on a swage block, but hey ho, didn't have much time, and to be honest with you, I didn't think about it. Right, I'm going to do the rest over the beak. I've just put the marble in an old candle drip holder thing, sconce holder thing, just to stop it running away. I'm just starting off over the beak by knocking the edges off, or the corners off of what was square. Get rid of that material so we don't have to do any sort of grinding. Try and keep it as round as possible and as straight as possible. It's not brilliant at the moment, but I'm going to keep going. Just going to cool that out again, that's getting a bit on the warm side. Such a while ago when I made this video now. I think it must have been between Christmas and New Year. Almost got that a bit warm. A little bit on the hot side. Yeah, the glass people were supposed to bring a window in between Christmas and New Year. As I say, it hasn't appeared, so no matter. I've had a bit of a clear up. I wouldn't have been doing anything else, to be quite honest. We're getting there, we're getting close. Now, I've got to a point here where I feel I almost should stop with the hammering. See, that's so close. And finish it off with a file or with the die grinder, because there is a bit of a gap at the bottom. I think I'm going to struggle to get rid of it by hammering. You can just see at the bottom it's gone a sort of oval. But I wanted to do it all by hammering. You know, I didn't want to be filing and grinding and mucking about like that. So I'm going to persist and see what happens. I might regret it. You never know. I'm just looking at it now thinking, how am I going to get rid of that flat? It's sort of on my mind, which is why I'm being a little bit on the tentative side. And that now is, yeah, that's it. I don't really want to do any more. I'm going to call it a day at that. As I say, not flatten it out too much, so I've still got some meat there to grab hold of the marble. Now I'm going to spend a bit of time trying to clean up the actual sort of shank, because I don't think I'm going to get rid of that bit there, but I'll have a go. I don't think it's going to go. I think we're going to end up with a gap. So I'm trying to squeeze it in at the neck there a little bit, but it's actually not improving the gap, so I'm going to leave it. What I am going to do is put my touch mark on it. Now, I haven't used this for yonks. I had it made and I thought I'd keep it for special jobs, and I keep forgetting to use it. I get the job done, I think, oh, should have put my mark on it. So I've actually remembered today. Not that it really matters, but just a little feature. Now I'm just going to try and tidy this up a little bit. I don't know why I'm mucking about too much. It's, you know, it's nothing special, but that's just me, I guess. Yeah, that's so close. I'm not going to muck about with that top at all. We're going to go for it. So all I'm doing is heating the whole top up, dropping it over, and it's got it. And I just now want to just tap it to make sure it's in the centre. Don't want to be too long. Quench it out, and that should really tighten that ring down on that marble. I hope. Obviously without cracking it in half. That feels like it's got it. Yeah, pleased with that. Obviously I'm not going to start smashing it around to try and knock it out, but there you go. Give it a clean up and let you have a little look. Alright, I've run a wire brush over it, giving it a bit of a clean up, and you can see there at the bottom that gap, which I'm not happy about, but hey ho, you know, you live and learn. And so nothing special, nothing fancy, couple of twists, reverse twists, this, that and the other, and you can see there at the bottom, it's where that split was. That gap is the split, which has given a reasonably unusual effect, but it wasn't desired or intended. See it there. Anyway, there you go. Now mucking about. Another one to go in the drawer with all my other bits and pieces that I don't know what to do with. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one, hopefully sounding better.